Carly here, back with another quick Monday review. So I have a really exciting product to review. It's a drugstore concealer. You guys know we love when we can review drugstore products for you because finding drugstore gems is like so rewarding. It's so nice to find really good quality makeup at an affordable price that we can like totally recommend and know that most people will hopefully like it. So this is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. It looks like this, which is really interesting. It is in airless packaging, so you can usually tell if something's airless if it kind of like has like a mechanism that lifts up from the bottom, like as you use it. It comes this way. So it has airless packaging, which means that it should evacuate from the pump really nicely. But it's interesting that it's in a pump because there really isn't a lot of concealers in a pump. Literally the only one I can think of is the MAC one. I think it's called Pro Longwear. I never used that concealer, but I know it was really popular back in the day. So I was really caught off guard on the packaging, but let me get into the formula and the claims and all that. Okay, so we bought ours on Target, and you get, how many ounces is this? Well, it's 9.6 milliliters, which is huge. That is so big for a concealer. Like, I feel like jumbo concealers are 8 milliliters, and this is 9.6, so very, very large, and it's $10.99 on Target, so a really good deal, especially for how much product you get. And we got the shade, what shade is this? I think it's vanilla. Yes, it's the shade Vanilla, and it's like a perfect match. I really love the shade. Okay, so some claims on the Target website. It says, cover and hydrate skin concerns with our first skincare serum and a concealer. Get ultimate hydration for up to 24 hours while covering dark circles, redness, acne, or dry patches. Infused with skin-loving ingredients, tremella, mushroom, cica, and green tea. That says, get natural medium coverage in one pump. And then I also saw something that said, it said, yeah, apply 2 pumps on problem areas, dark circles, acne, blemishes, redness for medium coverage, which that is crazy, and let me get into that. So the first thing I noticed with this is it is so highly pigmented that I'm going to insert the clip now of me applying it, and the amount that I used is literally all I need for my under eyes, and then I just put a little bit on like my nose because it's a little red, and then like kind of on a little blemish on my chin, and just sort of spread that around. But I don't even know how to explain this dosage. It's like half of a pump, maybe like a fourth of a pump. Like if you basically barely touch the pump when pressing down and you get a very small dot, like that would be plenty for both of your under eyes. And while I definitely love that because it means the product will go even further, but I do want to call that out because according to the directions, like 1 pump is enough for your whole face, right? I mean like everywhere, and then it said like 2 pumps even for medium coverage, and I don't know if they mean like as a foundation, but I feel like even 1 full pump would be way, way, way too much, even if you had a lot of like redness to cover. So a little bit goes a long way. And I love how easy this blends out. Like I, in the clip, just use my fingers, and I have blended this out with a brush, but I feel like it really is such a like thin, like not even that thin, it's just like such a like luscious like serum like texture that I just think it's so easy to blend with your fingers. It kind of like melts together with your skin with your fingers. But what I love so much about this is that even when you're blending it with your fingers and it feels kind of like, you know, like melty and like it warms with your skin, the coverage stays. I find that a lot of these sort of like serum type concealers, it looks like it's good coverage at first, and then you go to blend it out with like any tool, and that coverage just blends away because it's like very blendable, and like you're like, oh, I don't really care, it looks really natural. But this is like the best of both worlds, that you blend it out and the coverage actually stays where you put it, and it is so much more coverage than I was even expecting. Like I hope you can see in the clip, but my under eye circles are a bit darker right now because I ran out of my vitamin C, and I really saw a difference like immediately just by putting it under one eye and then compared to the other eye. Like it makes such a difference. It like almost brightens as well. I'm so impressed with the coverage level. I really think that it's such a beautiful combination of texture and coverage. This honestly does, I saw this blow up on TikTok, and I saw a lot of people say that it was similar to the Kosas Revealer Concealer, which if you watch our channel, you know that's my all-time favorite concealer. It took me like 7 years of my adult life to really find a concealer that works for my under eyes, which was the Kosas. I started using it in early 2020 and I repurchased it like 3 or 4 times now. I just love how it looks under my eyes because it gives me coverage, but it's so easy to blend and it just doesn't look dry. It like still looks dewy under on my eyes, but not like dewy where there's a ton of light reflecting there and it kind of looks weird. Like it just looks natural. It doesn't crease. I have a lot of like fine lines under my eyes now. That one doesn't crease at all. It doesn't adhere to dry patches that I have either. Like it is just my perfect under eye concealer. And this really, really does remind me of that. And I almost think this application is better. Like at first I was so turned off by the pump, but with the Kosas, like it is like a thicker consistency, like maybe even slightly more thick than this, or they're really similar actually, but I feel like, you know, that's a paddle applicator like a typical doe foot. So you kind of, you know, you can dot it and you can like swipe it on, but you don't really have as much flexibility. Like I actually really love that I can like just pump a small amount out and I can like easily like dab 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 under my eye. Like I feel like it helps so much to not apply too much, which makes it look even more natural. With the Kosas and the traditional applicator, I feel like sometimes I can apply too much, and this application is so much like easier to get a natural look. So I've worn this a few times now all day, and I even think it wears really similar to the Kosas. Like that one does wear really well under my eyes. Even like if I have like a mask on all day and it kind of like rides up and my makeup looks funky at the end of the day. And this like really looks good at the end of the day. Like I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked by this. And another thing I noticed, which I have no idea if that's this or like my mascara is just dried out, but I've talked about before that every mascara I use, which I don't really mind if this happens, but it just tends to get like, I get black transfer like right in the outside corners of my eyes. And usually I just like take my finger at the end of the day and just sort of like wipe it clean. It's not a big deal. But ever since I started using this, I tried it with 2 different mascaras and they both didn't transfer. So I think that this mascara or this concealer just dries down more than the Kosas, and it just doesn't stay like quite as dewy, so that the mascara doesn't like get stuck there and kind of like melt away in those areas. So honestly, this might be my new favorite concealer. I feel like I need to use it like maybe a few more weeks to like really determine if I like it more than the Kosas, but it's so similar in all the best ways and it's like half the price. So I'm really shocked by this. I can see why this blew up on TikTok. I find that kind of frustrating because I feel like it might continue to be hard to purchase, or if I recommend it to you, it might be hard for you to find. But if you can find it online or in your local Target, I highly recommend ordering it. I know it's really hard to order your shade match online, but NYX has such like consistent shades, and I feel like they have really good shades. Like they have a good range and they have really good undertones. Like as far as drugstore brands go, they're just really good with their complexion shades. So I really recommend this. I really love it so far. And honestly, I feel like this could last me a whole year. So I probably don't even have to repurchase for a while just because you literally need such a tiny amount. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this review. Please pick this up and please let me know if you like it as much as I do. And I will update you if I still love this in a few weeks. I will definitely put it in our monthly favorites, but I have a feeling I'm going to love it.